Hi lads, welcome back to another episode of my Jobava London speedrun to 2000. And in today's episode, I'm not able to play a Jobava with d4. And why is that? It's because our opponent has played the Englund Gambit. A gambit in chess is where they give you a pawn for free. You can take it. That's the best way to refute a gambit, is to capture the pawn, capture the extra material. But the game cannot be your typical setup that you want to go for, a Jobava London. Here he's attacking our pawn. We've grabbed an extra pawn. Let's try to keep our extra pawn. So how are we going to defend this? We can go knight to f3, defending the pawn. Now he may attack it again. This is the most common move, trying to win that pawn. And if I don't defend it, then I'm going to lose it. And there's no advantage really. We'll probably both be out of theory, but it is generally best to try to just hold on to that extra pawn if you can. But don't hold on to it so much that you put your pieces on bad squares. The knight deserves to be on f3. The bishop deserves to be on f4. So these are two well-placed pieces defending the pawn. We're developing. Now here he's gone for a check. He's hit our king, and we need to always think in chess as we're playing about our moves. Do our moves create weaknesses for us? So there's two things in chess. There's a loose piece and there's a hanging piece. Now a loose piece is a piece that is not defended or attacked. So we can see our rook here in the corner. It's not defended and it's not attacked. So I would say our rook is a loose piece. Our king is attacked and is defended, but it's defended twice, so our king is safe. You can always say, actually, the king's the exception. The king is always loose. So if you ever want to say what are the loose pieces in the position, just always highlight your king. The rook is loose. It's not defended or attacked. The other rook is loose. It's not defended or attacked. This pawn is loose. It's not defended or attacked. No, that pawn's hanging. It's attacked and not defended. And just to clarify here, lads, if a piece is attacked and defended the equal number of times, then it's loose. It could be not defended, not attacked, or it could be attacked 5 times and defended 5 times. It's still loose. This pawn is defended by the bishop. This pawn's defended twice and only attacked once. So it's not loose. We don't have to mark it. It's defended amply. This bishop is hit and it's not defended. So this is not a loose piece, it's a hanging piece. And so I would really suggest that getting into a habit of as you're playing chess, to try to identify your pieces. So if we go back a move here, when I moved my bishop, it became a loose piece. Now, loose pieces are fine, but if you have 2 loose pieces, you can get forked, and this one becomes hanging. And so you have to be very careful about when you create loose pieces. Just be mindful of this. Sorry, I'm talking a lot here. He's checked us. We want to make sure we save our bishop because it's hanging and save our king because it's loose. So we have to pull the bishop back. Now, we could have blocked with the queen, but then we just lose this. Now, he's taken our pawn here, and this is all theory. Our rook is now hanging. And that's not good. We need to defend it. How can we defend it? We could make the mistake of putting our bishop here. And this is not a good move. The only good move here is to play knight c3. And our queen defends our hanging piece. So now it is just a loose piece. It's defended once and it's attacked once. So it's okay. Here he's moved his bishop to attack. And so we need to just think about well, there's 2 options here. If he moves his knight, we move our knight. If he moves his bishop, we move our rook. Okay, so this is just some theory that I would really suggest you just learn in the Englund Gambit. Okay, so he's moved his queen. We can now move our rook up to b3 and hit his queen, hit his bishop. Or we could go after some of our opponent's pieces. So it's a little tactical, a little crazy here. We can go for this move, knight to d5. Now, knight to d5 attacks c7, and that's a fork. So that looks really good. It also attacks this piece 3 times. And so when we go here, he's probably going to take our bishop with check. We're going to give him this pawn here. Our pawn is loose. It's, you know, it's hanging, or I'm sorry, it's hanging right now. So we've given that up. But, you know, if he takes that, we win a piece here. If he takes here, then he wins it, but we get a fork. So really he has to kind of try to defend this fork. And also his bishop's in a bit of an issue here. So we're going to be okay. We're just going to recapture the bishop. We're defending our knight. Our pawn is hanging. He's hitting our rook. We could take with check, but then he hits our knight and our rook is still in danger. So we're just going to go rook to d1 and we are threatening this move. He can't come back and defend because we take his queen. His best move, I believe, is king to d8. And here I am out of theory. You know, I know the theory up to this point. I think I've played all the best moves, but we are now out of theory. So we want to try to, as you do in every chess game, try to get our pieces onto good squares. Now, you might think this is not a good opening for us because we're down material, but we can actually see we have way more activity. And so our position is completely winning here. We have a rook, or I'm sorry, a queen and a rook lined up here. We have a knight that's very active. We have another knight that has jumped off of its starting square. He can't castle his king. He's got a queen out in the open and a knight, and that's all he's got. So we're really feeling pretty good here. I think the move that I want to go for, I believe it's e4. Just take central control and get our bishop into the game somewhere. I think this is a good move. Alternatively, I could go knight to g5, but he can simply go here, I think is good for him. Can I push the pawn? He takes. I don't think so. This move is interesting too. Like if he took me here, I could maybe go here, but he's holding this. If I push here, nothing really. I'm not seeing anything yet. So I'm just going to go pawn to e4, put a pawn into the center, have central control, and this also allows our bishop to get active, and we'll soon be able to castle, and then every single piece of ours will be in the game, and it doesn't look like our opponent is doing the same stuff. Okay, I'm very happy to see this because his pawn was here protected, and I wasn't getting through here. But now he's allowed us to undouble our pawns, and if we capture here, he takes back. Well, we could even hit the queen and maybe go here with check and here and maybe even mate if the knight's not here. So I'm capturing this. This looks very good. This looks very, very good. Okay, and now I think we can hit the queen. And is there any way for him to defend this pawn? I guess he can come back to here. Is there any other better move? Like going here hits the rook. If he takes, this is check. He has to go here, and this is nearly mate. I think this move is probably best, though. And I really like this move because it attacks his knight. And if his knight goes here, then we can just take with check and go checkmate. So his queen's in danger. Yeah, I mean, he really, I think, needed to come back to here to defend the pawn. And then we would have taken, and then maybe traded off queens. But yeah, this is just crushing for us. So this is check. He has to go here. And now we have checkmate on d8. Let's jump into the review, see if we made any inaccuracies. I don't think I did. This is probably a 100% accuracy game. I don't know if it is, but I'm pretty sure it is. I could be wrong, though. Let's see. Okay, 95.8. I made one inaccuracy, unfortunately. So wasn't absolutely perfect, but you can see here, all the moves are best. This is how you should play against this opening. And I suppose going here, let's just double check. Okay, the engine's taking back. Okay, rook b3 is slightly better. Usually I actually play rook b3. It's the move I've always gone for. But I didn't go for it this game. I went straight for this move, which is the second best move. Take, go here. And then, yeah, e4 is good. And here was my inaccuracy. No, not yet. Knight b4 was slightly inaccurate. So queen g5 was a better move. I'm checking here. And so if we'd gone for this, knight f6, probably capture. And if he captures back, then we just capture, you know, and we're winning the rook on the next move. So queen g5 was a really nice move there. So this was slightly inaccurate because he had queen e6, which he didn't find. And I suppose he just didn't think about. But it was still winning for us, even though we played this move. So yeah, this is check and checkmate. And if he goes here, this is also checkmate. Lads, I hope you enjoyed that. Hopefully you're able to beat the Englund Gambit in the future. And I will see you guys on the next episode. Bye for now.